everyone, welcome back to a Lazy Sunday podcast. My name is Kay, I am your host here. I'm also the dyer behind Lazy Sunday Yarns over on Etsy. Grab your drink, grab your knitting, and we will get started. Welcome back. It has been a while since I've been here. I'm looking a bit rouged, sorry. I think I went a bit overboard on the blush. Welcome back. It has been a while since I've been here. I'm really sorry for that. Lockdown 2 ended and I went back to work like full time. I was in 6 days a week on the run up to Christmas and it was just a bit nuts. It doesn't surprise me that we are where we are right now after seeing all that. So I was just exhausted. Christmas came and I thought about recording a podcast when I got home, sort of Christmas Eve for lack of a better term, and I just didn't have it in me. And then Christmas I just was recovering, and then of course went back to work for a short time, and now we're in lockdown 3, so again not surprised with the amount of people who are out. I was safe, I was protected. I will say majority of my customers are quite smart in that regard, and they do keep themselves and us very safe. There's only a very small number who aren't, so we were fine. In the market where I work, it was fine, but Truro was not. So yeah, here we are. I am drinking just a bog standard cup of tea today in my new Alice in Wonderland mug from my mum that I got for Christmas. It has a little white rabbit on the front and on the back. It was a V&A mug, I think, so I don't know where she got it, but I'll try and ask for a link and link it below if I can find it. And inside the mug, it says, oh dear, I shall be too late. And at the bottom, when you finish your tea, which obviously I can't show you right now, it has a little pocket watch, which is very cute, and I like it. It's a good size to it too. Not too big, not too small, just perfect. Just right. Goldilocks mug. As I've not been here for a while, I actually have quite a lot to share with you. I have quite a few gift knits that, of course, I never got round to sending before Christmas, most of which weren't quite finished before Christmas. Some of these, all of my FOs need blocking still. I should have found I found them. Bear with me just a second. Corner myself in so much when I'm filming because I have so much around me, so I can grab things easily. But with me, if I have to get up and out, it's like a whole mission to do it. Anyway, so I think we're just going to jump in. It might be quite a long episode. There are some things that I could still show you that I'm just going to not bother until next episode, really, because otherwise this will be so long because I haven't seen you in such a while. I want to have a good natter, basically. So we'll jump straight into FOs, of which I have 3, which, if you've been around here before, you will know FOs don't come by very often, so to have 3 is quite exciting. My first, I will talk about the hat that I've made for my brother James, and it is the St. James hat. Can't remember who that is by. My apologies, I'm very sorry. I mentioned it in the last podcast. All the information will be down below. This is the hat. It's just mostly a stockinette stitch, done in the round. There is just, as I've not blocked it, you can't really see. Can you see? Oh yeah, there's just a few sort of pearl stitches there. So when you're wearing it, I mean, it's not been blocked, I can put it on with my wonky arm. All you oldies and goldies will know that. Not really oldies and goldies, I've not been here long enough for that. My head's quite large, so it doesn't look quite right, but you can see the pearl stitches there, and I thought it was really nice. It's not too low. I think Jim will quite like that. That is knit in Lazy Sundays Pancakes with Kiki, the 100% merino base, Luxe DK base. I love how this colourway has come out on a double knit. It's beautiful. I'm really sorry, I might have to blow that candle out in a minute. It's a wood wick candle. There's a bit of a story to this candle, which I will tell another time. But I've had it for like over a year, and I finally decided to burn it, and it's going nuts. So hopefully that sound doesn't bother you too much. I like it in the background. Yeah, I love how this colourway has turned out on a DK, because you can really see the variations in colour in it, because there's a lot of work that goes in. There's a lot of like sort of layers to this colour, and it's nice to see them all in there in the double knit. Finn's having a strop now because he's locked in he gets banished to the kitchen when when I film, because he would just cause chaos and I wouldn't be able to film, and now he can hear me and he's having a strop in the kitchen, so sorry for that noise as well. Alright, so that's that one. We will move swiftly on to my next FO, which is Skeindeer knits one of her Selbu patterns. It's her Speedy Selbu mitten. And this is it. I've never made, let's put this one on, I've never made a Selbu mitten before. This one is done, I believe it was supposed to be an Aran. I did it in a chunky because I wanted it to be really thick and tight, and I really like the fabric that it's made. Again, it's not been blocked, so it is a bit snug still. It needs a bit of flattening out and smoothing out, but I'm really pleased with that. Love it so much. My hands are a little bit big for them, but the person they are going to is my sister-in-law, who is very knit-worthy. So these will be for my brother and my sister-in-law. She will love them, I think. I've checked with the brother and he said she'll love them. So that is them. I have knit that in Stylecraft's Softy, and that is in their cream colourway, and I think the burgundy colour is sort of a rose hip. It's called Rose Hip, I believe. It'll all be down below. Again, not been blocked, will be blocked and sent off as soon as possible. And then last but not least are my Hermione socks. I've finally bound off my Hermione socks, which, if you've been with me, I think either the second episode or the first episode, they've been with us for a while. These were a project that I didn't pick up to spend a lot of time on. I refer to them, or was referring to them, as my sock blockers are awful. I have more on the way, and I was hoping they would have been here by now, but they're not, unfortunately. I was referring to them as my palette cleanser socks because I was picking them up. It's if you haven't knit the Hermione's Everyday Sock, which is a free pattern, so I'm not giving away any secret sauce here. It is a 4-row repeat, and I was picking them up to do a repeat and then putting them down in between projects, as I was just like, as a palette cleanser, to just like refresh my brain, start something new, and then move on. So they did take a while to finish. This is them. They are in, the heels, toes and cuffs are in a very mystery green colour. It's just a 4-ply that I found in my stash with no label or anything. I have no idea what that is, but I'm sure you can find something similar elsewhere. The main body of the sock is knit in Yarn Lab UK, who has gorgeous colourways if you haven't looked before. Would highly recommend, love her yarn. And that is her Miss Granger colourway. And you can see I've got a little mini ring light for Christmas, so I am a bit sort of better lit today, in case you haven't noticed, and it is showing up the colours so much better now. You can see just how much variation there is in that yarn. I love it so much. Sister-in-law, who's getting these, asked me if I can knit her a pair on Instagram, and I just don't think I have it in me to make another pair. She's very knit worthy. She's always so appreciative of the gifts that I make for her. So if I was going to do it for anyone, she would be worthy of it. Most of my family would be worthy of it anyway. They all appreciate how much time goes into these. Just maybe not straight away, maybe a little bit later on. Last time, this is the first sock that I made, I think, actually. Here's the proof of the 2 socks. Last time you saw them, I was here, so I did most of the foot of the sock since you've seen me last. There's definitely fin fluff on some of these that will again be washed out, but it's making me a bit sniffly and sneezy and coughy. So that's all my FOs, all ready to go and be blocked and posted. Apart from the socks. Socks are mine. Spent too much time on them to send them away. And then as I say that, the thought flickers across my head going, just send them to Alicia and then you can make another pair for yourself. We'll see. Well, I'll wait for that one. I don't have any socks for myself, that's the problem. Anywho, moving on. So, moving on, we have whips and I have a half object to share with you. These are, if you are not familiar, this is my Grocery Girls Sock Talk bag with the Sock Talk badge on it. I have one of those socks finished. This was my Halloween exclusive colourway in Lazy Sunday Yarns. I do have a little bit of this left. If you're interested, please message me. Probably on Instagram is the best place. And we can work something out for you there. It is not readily available on the shop. These are...
I need my blocker. Hate these blockers. We need a good filing down. That's a horrible noise.
These are just a pair of plain vanilla socks. They are my... Matty refers to them as my storybook socks because I listen to my audiobooks in bed and I knit on these. The toe and the heel, however, were not knit in bed because it's far too dark to do that and I don't have the concentration to do that and listen to a book at the same time. Is someone outside? No, we're okay. So, last time I saw you, I was here with this little stitch, where this little stitch marker is. I think I just finished the heel. This stitch marker is from Corner of Craft. It's her little wizard guy. I love him. He's so cute. And again, it's my it's my Witch Please colourway from my Halloween exclusive range. The heels and toes are just opal 4-ply sock, just black, and the heel is the same in like a deep purple colour. I think it's called Violet, so it brings out the black and the purple speckles in the yarn. And I have started my second one. Stain my hair. Started my second one. I've got about half of the leg done there. God, this light's so good. That's exactly what it looks like. It's that bright. I love it so much. Thanks for the light, Mum, for Christmas. I know you'll be watching. And so that is 2 Christmas presents from my mum that have been in the video now. Gently, gently. I feel like I'm zooming through this a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm a bit hyped up. Got myself really ready for it, and now I don't really need all this energy. We have no more finished things, but we have some more whips to share with you. The first I will share is my Felix cardigan from Amy Christoffers, if I remember correctly. Again, everything's linked or labelled down below. If you are new here, I don't tend to link to Ravelry because of the issues with people feeling unwell when they use that site. I don't want to send anyone somewhere that might make them unwell. So if I can't find a link external from Ravelry, what I tend to do is just like write what it was called, and then you can go into Ravelry and search it for yourself. So it's up to you whether you use that platform or not. I personally do use it, and I'm on there quite often. I'm not going to send anyone where I know that they might get hurt in any way, shape or form. So moving on, let's show you my Felix. I have finished the body. Oh, what was that? Just some little safety pins from work hiding in there. Let's put those there. I finished the body. I made it a little bit, I think it's about 2 or 3 inches longer than the pattern suggests, because the pattern is quite cropped, but I don't, as much as I love the idea of cropped jumpers, I just don't wear them when I have them, so there's no point. I've made it a couple inches longer. It's a little bit slightly oversized. I couldn't tell you what size I did. It was so long ago that I cast this on. But I'm pretty sure I have a product page, so that should be on there. I've started the sleeve. I've done about 2.5 inches on there. And they're going quite quickly. I'm just a bit like miffed with my needles. They're sort of getting in the way a little bit. Because the short cable's too short. For the needles I tend to use are the Knit Pro Symphony needles. I love them and I get on with them like a house on fire, except when I need a 16-inch needle, because even the short needles in the Knit Pro are too long for the short cables. You have to fight with the needles, and they're just a little, if they were just like a little bit smaller, they'd be perfect. I love them so much. I am looking into the Luca needles. I think I'm saying that right. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm looking into their interchangeable set because I've been using those. You will see on a project down here, and I use them to knit my mum's Christmas present, and I'm really enjoying them. Just an interchangeable set is a casual like £75 to spend, so I'm gonna like have a bit more use out of them first before I make my decision. So anyway, yeah, so I'm moving on quite swiftly with that. The sleeve shouldn't take me too long, and then I've got a second sleeve and the ribbon to do around the edge, the button bands and stuff, so hopefully this will be a finished object soon. The reason this has taken so long is it is a project that I tend to do in work. Completely forgot the yarn I'm using is Stylecraft, because we predominantly sell at work Stylecraft and James Brett. So I tend to work on projects in work that are those yarns. So I hate someone going, I love that, can I buy it? And me just having to be like, no, sorry, we don't sell it. So I do tend to stick to those in work. This is the Aran Weight Starcraft Special Aran with wool with nep, and it is the grey jazz nep colourway, so it's got all those jazzy multicolour neps to it. Love it so much. It's done on the pattern. The gauge is start that one again. To get gauge, I am using a 6mm needle, which is I think what the pattern suggests. Again, it's been a while since I cast it on, so I don't really know. I just know that it's the right size for me. So we do get this kind of like open fabric, which I'm sure it will sort of fluff up a little bit when I block it, but I'm loving the sort of like the drape it has to it. It's going to be so big and cozy. I can't wait. It's not going to be massive, but it's going to be like, it's roomy. It'll be roomy. I'm choking on bunny hair. I'm sorry. It's everywhere in this house. He's molting again. He's constantly molting. I think this year he's been like losing his baby fur and been going through the regular molting cycle. So it's just been like, I hoovered my rug yesterday and looking at it now, you would think I haven't hoovered it in about 3 years. It's grey from his fur. So I'm going to, at the end of this, when I've packed all this away, I'm going to get, we've got a rubber comb for him that like really all the fur just goes onto it. It's great for grooming him. But I'm going to get that and I'm going to brush the rug with it on my hands and my knees. So that should get it all out and it will keep me going for a couple of days. I hope. But we're having to hoover every day anyway, so might as well just keep doing that. Good habits and all that. My last and final whip that I'm going to share with you today. I have plenty of whips on my needles. If I showed you all of them, we would literally be here all day. So I'm not going to show you all of them. These are the ones that I am currently most focused on. So that is, that's what I'm going to show you, basically. A bit out of practice, can you tell? I'm not really with it. Ooh, don't lose the stitches, please. This is the project that I am using the Luca, I think it's Luca needles, the driftwood needles, and I'm loving them so much. It's just like, and the yarn is Cascade 2020, I think, double knit. This is a project from Hilary Grant's Knitting from the North book, which I will show you in a second, was one of my like birthday presents to me. Oh no, Matty went on out for a walk to let me film, and it's pouring it down now. I expect he might be back soon. Let's carry on. I hope he's okay. This is the Fisherman's, it's called the Fisherman Rib Mock Turtleneck. So it will be a sort of, I've got like about that left to do, and it will be sort of a ribbed turtleneck with like a bib to it, a bit like a dicky. This is a gift for my stepdad for Christmas. Again, very late on the ball, but I didn't have time to send anything, and right now I'm waiting for things to die down before I post them. Anything die down Rona wise before I post anything, because I don't want to put any of my family in danger in any way, shape or form. So once it's calmed down a little bit, or once they've given me the go ahead, I will send it to them then. This is again I think Cascade 2020. It will be below if that is wrong. I think in their charcoal colourway. I've used this colour to match. It's blowing out just a little bit. That's more like the colour. I'm using the little gingerbread man from, this might have been, that might have been a mystery club, so if you haven't opened that or seen that, I'm really, really sorry. From the Corner of Craft. It's a really nice project, it's really simple, just 2x2 ribbon for now, and then we will go on to the bib. I will show you that book now, which eases us straight into acquisitions, so let's get going on that. So acquisitions, the first I will show you, for obvious reasons, is my Knitting in the North book. I got, my birthday is just after Christmas, it's the 29th of December, for anyone who's interested, and I I tend not to get physical gifts for my birthday. People tend to give me money because I've had all my gifts on Christmas Day. So getting a gift and then gift, it's always, people never know what to get me. So Mum gave me money this year. And I spent that money on some knitting books. Lots of which I'm not going to show you. They're sort of here on my bookshelf. But you don't need to see them right now. I'll show you them as and when I feel like it, or if I'm working on a project from them. But this I am working from now. It has been in my wish list for so long, and I finally decided to purchase it. This is what I am making for Paul, my stepdad. Can you see? Yeah. And that's what it should look like in the end. I don't think I'm giving anything away. No. So it's a fisherman's rib, so that it should go quite quickly. They have done it in a 4-ply on a 2.75 needle. He is a full-grown man, so I am doing it in a double knit on a 3.75 needle. So it's nice and tight knit. So it'll be really nice and warm. But it'll just a little bit more room for him. I'm not changing any stitch counts or anything like that. Just I wanted a bigger gauge to make it a bigger pattern. And it seems to be working. Now, originally I was going to knit him, I believe it's called the Guardian's Cowl from Cat Weaver, who is I consider a friend of mine. And as beautiful as that pattern is, my stepdad wears hearing aids, and it would have come up quite high, which yes would have kept him very warm, but it also would have stopped him hearing quite well. This is a turtleneck. It will fit similar to this now, but it will be rolled, so if he's cold he can pull it up, or he can keep it down and away from his ears should he feel like it. It's also got the bib on it that he can tuck into his jackets and keep his chest, and there's a bib on the back to keep his back warm as well. So it'll keep him nice and warm. It can pull it up if he needs to, and it allows him to hear his surroundings should he feel like he needs to. So I just think that was the better option for him. Do still really want to make that cowl, it just might be made for me instead of someone else, which is fine. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, can't complain really. It'll just be done later because I'm still on gift knitting, because why wouldn't I be on gift knitting in the middle of January? My next acquisition is another book. It's one that I've wanted for a very long time and finally got it for Christmas. There was a little confusion with this being on my Christmas list, because I put it on the Christmas list that I gave to Matty and the one I gave to my mum. Both of them thought, I'll show you the book first. It is the Lane 52 Weeks of Socks book. It's if you have been thinking about getting this and you haven't yet, and you're worried about spending your money on it, just do it. If you've got the funds, and you can find it, and you get it, because it's such a beautiful book. I already want to cast on about 20 of these socks. So, you know, I don't have the time to do that. If I had the time to do that, it would be done now. There is another, as I'm waiting to post things, I'm like knitting more gifts because I've got the time to. So there is a gift that I'm going to knit in here, which I'll talk about in a minute. But both Matty and my mum thought that when I wrote 52 Weeks of Socks, didn't specify that it's a book, and they were like, I mean, I'm guessing that's probably a book or something, but she doesn't just want 52 weeks worth of socks, right? However, had they done that and got it wrong and bought me that instead, I think I still would have been quite happy with it, so it would have been fine. It would have been funny, and I still would have got some good use out of some nice socks, so it would have been fine. The one I am planning to cast on for a gift is for my other sister-in-law. Again, very knit-worthy. Everyone in my family, very knit-worthy. I promised her some slippers, I'm pretty sure, like maybe 2 years ago, and they just never happened. I was working on a pattern and I just could not figure out the dimensions of it because I was quite new to knitting basically, so I gave up. So I thought I would use this book and knit her some of the slippers. It is, however, brioche, and last time I tried brioche, it didn't end well. But it was brioche in the round that time, and I've heard that brioche back and forth is easier for a beginner, so we'll give it a go. She might get another pair in here if the brioche doesn't work, but that's fine. This is the pattern I will be using. They're so pretty and they look so cozy, so hopefully I can do them justice. I would very much like to. So that is, I've ordered some needles for it because it says it says in the pattern that it will be easier to use double pointed, and I don't have the right size double pointed needles, so I'm gonna order them, give it a go. Watch this space for that one. But like this book is so beautiful. It's got like little ribbon to mark your space. Binding is beautiful with a little flash of blue ribbon inside. Oh, I love it so much. And I think, oh, by the way, another acquisition was the bag that I'm keeping my ribbed mock turtleneck in, and that is this little bag, which was from Woolen Witch, will be linked below. I think it was called her Kitsch Christmas bag. Look at that pink little Santa face. It's the cutest thing in the world. You know when something's nice when it makes me sing. You might notice I do that a lot. I just surround myself with things that I love. And you can see on the bottom there, Finley fur. I cleaned that off just before I filmed. It's everywhere. Another acquisition is one I ordered quite a long time ago. The print on it will prove that I ordered it quite a long time ago and it turned up late. I don't blame that on the seller by any stretch of the imagination. Small businesses are doing all they can in the world that we live in to get things to us as quick as possible. So it got here when it got here, no fault to the shop owner, which was One Elephant, I believe, on Etsy. Linked below, yada yada yada. The bag is, yes, One Elephant. There's a little tag inside which I will show you. The bag is this gorgeous pumpkin and fuzzy cat print, which I saw originally on the Bearded Pearl used this fabric for some of their bags, and I was obsessed, and of course I got there too late and they sold out because they sell out so quickly. And then I came across this, which is albeit a better shape for me and a shape that I prefer anyway, so you know, swings and roundabouts, it's fine. On that I have placed my little pumpkin pin, which I showed you in one of the last episodes, and it had been waiting in my little drawers over there to go on here for when it showed up. Obviously it's not Halloween anymore, but that won't stop me from using it. Same with the Christmas bag. I will use it all year round because I am a lunatic when it comes to festive prints and things like that. I wear Christmas socks all year round as well. Spread the joy throughout the year. The lining is this simple grey and triangle print, and there is the logo for the shop. It's a really nice bag. Nothing in there right now. It was holding my mittens for the Speedy Selbu mittens, but as I cast those off, I'm not letting myself cast many things on right now unless it's a gift. So nothing has replaced it as of yet. Maybe the slippers will go in there though when they are ready. And then my last acquisition was a sort of pre-Christmas gift to myself. my friend Rachel, who I'm trying to organise a chat online with to put on the podcast. I need to figure out how to do that first though, so don't hold me to that just yet. Unfortunately, her local yarn shop is closing, and she was selling off things quite cheaply. Originally, we had planned, because Rachel was going to do a big purchase for me and then post it to me. Originally, I had asked her for a lot of the Croft Aran wool, and something went wrong and that couldn't happen, so I didn't get anything. I don't think Rachel got that much either. But the pattern that I had in mind was one from a new to me designer. I'd never heard of them before. I don't remember off the top of my head what that was, and I haven't written it in my notes because I'm out of practice, basically. So when it comes to casting this on, that will be referenced, but this is the pattern that I'm planning on. But it's essentially a striped jumper, and some people have done even coloured stripes, like 2 colour stripes, and that looks beautiful. But one person in particular just used a hodgepodge of a bunch of different colours. I have some Croft left over from a product that you usually see on the back of here. I used it to go out yesterday, and it's currently waiting to be washed because there was far too many people outside. We will cover that in a minute. So I'm washing that. It's not on the back of the chair anymore. But I have some of the Croft left over, so I bought some more. It was Christmas Eve last minute shopping. I'll treat myself to some wool as well purchase. I bought the colours that I like most, and in hindsight there are colours that don't particularly go with the colours that I already have, so I might have already purchased online some more colours. So a project that was meant to use up some yarn has ended up in me purchasing yarn for an entirely new project instead, which is just, I'm sure at least one of you out there will relate to that. Probably more is my guess. So this is the Craft. I mean, it is Craft. It's not wrong to say that, but it's not what I was trying to say. It's the Croft Shetland Tweed, and it is the Croft Shetland colours. They are both the Aran base. Just one is speckled, 2 are speckled and 1 is plain. That's the difference. This is the Hillswick. I'm really sorry if I say things wrong. I have dyslexia, dyspraxia, and dyscalculia. None of those really hold me back until I'm trying to get my information out to the world. So you'll notice that I sort of stumble over my words and stuff quite often, and like read things wrong quite often, and it's because of that. It's the information's all right in here. Getting it out of the mouth that's the issue. So this is the Hillswick colourway. It is this beautiful blue, sort of a few little orangey brown, rusty colours in there, some greens, speckled yarn. I have heard that they print the speckles on, which is what makes them so uniform and recreatable, which is quite interesting, and I'd like to know how they did that and see the process in action. Because I tried to print on yarn when I was at uni and it was very difficult, but I didn't have the right supplies and the right tools to do it. A good workman never blames their tools, but laying a piece of yarn out on a table and printing onto it is fiddly and near enough impossible if you don't have the patience for print, which I did not. Print was not my forte. It's beautiful and I loved them. The prints that were created at uni, I just didn't have the skills to do that, or the patience. Had the patience to thread up a loom though. You know, each to his own. So, this is the this is the Hillswick colourway. The second one I bought was Stony Breck. Again, sorry if I say any of it wrong, which is this sort of greens and blues and rusts. And the next one is Faded Melby, I think, but the label's faded, so I don't really know. But it's this beautiful gold. So those... Did I knock you then? I hope not. Sorry if I did. So those three are going to look quite nice together. I'm after the navy in the plain. I've ordered a black in the plain and a grey and white, well, creamy colour speckle. So I think it's going to be sort of greys, blacks and golds and navies. That'll look quite nice, I think. I am a bit worried with the black and the gold, though, that it'll look a bit Hogwarts. But the speckle should, hopefully, break that up. And the navy. Oh, I've picked school colourways. Is it just drilled into you that those are colours that you should wear for the rest of your life? Am I doomed to wear black, blue and gold for the rest of my life? I hope not. But they do look nice in certain contexts. Oh, the Coast Guard's out. Not stopping in Portreath, but it's flown over. You see that a lot here. It's usually people in the sea not being sensible because, of course, there's no lifeguards at the minute. If you are in Cornwall, please don't go swimming. I know how tempting it is, trust me, especially yesterday. We went for a walk and the water was so blue and beautiful, but it's just not worth it. If you got pulled out, that's it, you're gone. There's no one there to save you. There's no lifeguard there to save you. So just don't do it. It's not worth it. And on another note, we're in a lockdown. I went on a walk yesterday. There's quite a lot of wooded areas around here. We went for a walk through the woods, saw like 2 or 3 locals. Fine. Passed them, kept distance, said hello, walked on. And then the end of that walk, the loop we went on, sort of loops you through to the beach. And then we walk back up. I'm about a 2-minute walk from the beach where I am, if that. So we walked across the beach and walked 2 minutes home. The amount of people I saw on the beach, not social distancing, definitely don't live together, definitely just there to spend the day together. Yes, they are outside, but they are sitting close together and they are not wearing masks. And it's being brought into the town that I live in, and it's quite... The virus right now is so scary. And it's just, and I'm not trying to blame the public. It's not the public's fault that we have gotten to where we have gotten. That is another topic for another time. But we have to be accountable as well. Because if the government's not going to help us, at least we can do our best to help each other. Because what else are we going to do? So please, please, please stay local and stay at home wherever possible. Go out for a walk. I understand that, but stay local. That's all I'm going to say. And lastly, I just want to say because I think the majority of my audience is American, and for those of you watching, I am so sorry for what's happened this week. I was going to film a podcast on... It's not funny, I'm a nervous laugher. I was going to film a podcast on Thursday, and after Wednesday evening, it just didn't feel right to put my voice out into the world that soon and that early on. I think I just needed to leave the internet clear for people to discuss what needed to be discussed, and what happened at the Capitol on Wednesday is... I would love to say it's shocking and unbelievable and I can't believe that it happened and it's unreal and all this, but I think a lot of people saw it coming. I certainly saw it coming, and it's not a shock to most people. And Wednesday, in comparison to the protests in the summer for Black Lives Matter, was a completely different story, and that was really unfortunate to see. And I apologise. I'm sorry. There's nothing more to say about it really. I'm sure you're very hurt, and if you need someone to talk to that isn't in your country, and to just even if it's just a chat, and to move away from it and to just not be, because I imagine that you are fully involved in that constant barrage from the media right now. Just if you want someone to talk to, send me a DM. I'm happy to chat to anyone. I'm a nice person, I promise. I will do my best to cheer you up, even if that's just sending you a picture of my bunny, which I have plenty of. So if that's all I can do, that's what I will do. I'm going to try my best not to leave it so long until I podcast next time. I'm not working. We're in lockdown, so I probably won't have to. It just depends on how much knitting I get. But again, I'm not working, so I'm getting a lot of knitting done. My new technique is 30-30-30, so I spend 30 minutes on a project at a time and then I change. I can spend more if I choose to, but if I'm starting to feel fed up, I go just another 30 minutes and then you can change the project. And it seems to be keeping me invested in my projects a bit quicker, and I seem to be getting through them a little bit more. So hopefully, if this works, I will share my technique with you. That's pretty much it. Put a 30-minute timer on and then change your project. It's also good to, in between those changes, to just get up and move around a bit. In terms of my life, not much has been going on, just work, Christmas, work, lockdown. We have been battling with the washing machine again. It broke again, so we were on the phone for 2 days straight trying to sort it out, and now we have a new washing machine and it works, so I can actually do some laundry now. It's so exciting. My plans for the rest of the day is to clean and tidy up the fur bomb that has exploded in my living room, and do some laundry, because I'm excited about my washing machine, because apparently that's what happens when you turn 28. It didn't happen when I turned 28, it would have got me excited anyway. So I think my light just changed, so if that changed, sorry. That's about it. That's all she wrote. I haven't got much more to report. I hope you're well. And please stay safe. Please stay home. If you liked the video, please click like. If you didn't like the video, don't click the dislike button, because it will tell me if you don't like the content that I'm making, and it's still feedback at the end of the day, and I still want that feedback. So click the button below. Tell me what you've been up to. Tell me how your Christmas break was in the comments. I love hearing from you in the comments. Don't think that it's weird to fill me in on your day. I love it so much. It brings me so much joy. If you want to watch more of me, I do try and keep to a schedule. Sometimes work gets in the way. I try my best to not let it, but it just happens. But if you click the subscribe button and the little notification bell, you will be informed when I upload every time. So feel free to click that if you want to. Thank you so much for watching. I am eternally grateful for the love and support you have all given me, and I will see you soon. Bye!